Welcome back, everybody, to 96.6.
The Toad!
Your number one Mario fan page podcast.
I actually really like the voice you're doing right now. It's very like soothing.
Thanks.
Wait, I thought this was Christian sports. I have to leave.
Ah, the sweet, sweet sound of podcasting with your friends.
Is that what that sound is?
No, that's
I thought that was your water heater. You should really get that checked out.
I mean, the water heater of the studio we're in. 'Cause we have our own business building.
Is that where we're going with
No,
this?
this is my bedroom.
Yeah, we are in Sam's bedroom. Except, where did we record last? Your bedroom before the last one, right?
Well, it was a really dark, depressing dungeon. Whoa, wait, hold on. Our last podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the last bedroom.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I was in...
Yeah.
That was 9 months ago.
Woo.
It's been a hot minute since we've recorded a podcast. We're going to talk about that a little bit. It's really nice to be
is.
back here doing this, though.
Holy shit, you know what we have, guys?
What do we have?
We have intro music.
Wow, that was some great intro music. Who made that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Some good, okay. Fuck that guy.
Some total goof.
So, we have been putting out some content, games and stuff.
Yeah, we started our Let's Play,
Yeah.
which we loved. It was really fun to do.
Um,
I still love.
and we didn't abandon it. Outlast, any of that stuff.
Resident Evil, we definitely plan on still doing that.
We just had some hiccups. So for those of you that don't know a lot about recording stuff, there's a thing called a capture card, which is basically a little device that you can use to capture footage from anything really, as long as you have the right hookups. That's how you see people capture footage from really old systems, like PS2s or older and stuff like that. And we don't have one of those currently. We will soon.
Well, technically, we do have one now.
We own one now. It's just not.
I think by the time this episode comes out, we'll have it.
Maybe. Probably. I don't know. Well,
We
Probably
bought
gonna put
the.
this up.
We technically bought one.
yeah, we have one coming in. And so we didn't have one, though, because with a PS4, you can just record directly on the system, put that on a flash drive, and then use that
Good to
footage. Quality's not as good, but
It's not bad.
it's not bad, and it worked for what we needed.
Yeah.
We did all of our Let's Plays like that. But then one day we recorded an episode of Outlast.
Well, hold on. I think it started with Don't Think, right? Don't Think was the first miss.
I think so.
So as soon as we started the channel, we were
Mm-hmm.
like, we're gonna do Let's Plays, just because all the way back in 2006 or some shit, 2007, 2008, when YouTube started.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure me and you were on the same path. We were like, yeah, as kids, this is way before YouTube was a career.
Yeah,
But
and I just wanted to make
we
videos.
just wanted to make
'cause-
videos of us playing games.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to do this our whole life. Now we have enough income where we can buy this, because it's not cheap. It's not a cheap hobby. If you don't have parents that support you enough to get you this equipment, it is
Definitely.
tough. So
That's why we actually had Caitlin pay for the whole thing.
all of it.
Yeah,
She's
I
like
did.
she's
sugar
like the
mama.
financer for this project.
Yeah, subs to my OnlyFans.
People are gonna think that you're actually
We're gonna get
running
so
an
many
OnlyFans.
DMs now.
We're gonna get real questions about whether or not you have an OnlyFans, and it's true. She does. She's gonna buy me a PS5. We already talked about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, yeah, we had to get a capture card. We got a capture card, but it started. The PlayStation stopped capturing It would show us that it's recording and then wouldn't save the actual footage. So even when we started, I said, Anthony, I found this really shitty indie game. Awful. Garbage.
We can
Like,
talk about Don't Even Think for a minute.
yeah,
Talk
yeah,
about
I
what
would
it
love
is.
to.
Yeah.
I would love to. It is a battle royale that looks like if you took PUBG and ran it through a mobile game and then uploaded the mobile game onto a computer. And it has awful controls. It doesn't there's no tutorial, and for some reason there's werewolves and catwomen in the game that eat you, and it's awful. So bad that on the front page of the game, when we started our recording session, it said, "Hey, Don't Think is not getting enough support. We can't afford to keep the servers up. The game's closing forever."
Yeah.
People who spent money on loot boxes for skins and stuff are just fucked out of their mind.
Yeah.
Rest in fucking peace,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And it's an awful game.
It made no sense because it was a game. It was a PUBG battle royale where there were just werewolves for some reason, and it was called Don't Even Think.
Yeah. for
Why it
no
was called
reason.
Don't Even Think, I don't know. I guess you're just not supposed to think about it too much.
Yeah.
Even think, duh.
So the beginning of it is war. War is the fundamental plan of all men. And it's like this fucking WWE looking ass wrestler dude in a suit sitting at a desk, and some reporter's like, "So can you tell me why your bioweapon is all over the news?" And there's just a fucking werewolf in the middle of a ground battle. And he's like, you just hear a gunshot, and he goes, "It's a shame. I really wanted you to see a good show today." And then that's it. You
Yeah.
just go into the game. It
And
has
you just
no
play it.
point. And you can play as 3 characters.
Without paying.
Without paying.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, cute emo white boy. Jacob, cute Hispanic guy. Or crackhead black guy missing an eye.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Those are your options.
But if
yeah.
you're a girl, you
Oh?
can play as a cute goth girl, cute emo girl, or crackhead looking black girl. So
What
we
the-
started to have some. Oh, and also the girls, huge everything.
huge bazonka
Yeah,
donka
bingo bongos.
bongos.
You know what I'm saying?
Sweet.
The outfits super slutty. They ripped off the Kill Bill outfit,
Mm-hmm.
Persona 5 red latex outfit, like
But then if you're
But
a
if you're a
guy,
guy-
you wear like a prison jumpsuit.
yeah,
And like a tank top.
or you could be Ghost from Call of Duty,
Yeah, literally.
or you could be
just straight up.
Cyberpunk emo boy.
They like ripped the character model
Yeah.
from Call of Duty.
So it wasn't a good game, but we were gonna record it because it's trash, right? It was funny, and Anthony actually almost got a win. It was a really good recording session, and by the time
I'm pretty sure I won that one, didn't I? I made it onto the helicopter. That's how you win, right?
did you? Yeah,
I made it
so
onto
you
the
killed a
helicopter.
werewolf and
I got
won.
like one of the orange loot crates, which is like the
Had a
best one.
flamethrower.
Had a flamethrower. I killed a werewolf, which is like impossible
So
in that
hard.
game. This was like my second time ever even touching this game. I don't know how I did
after
it.
we recorded me failing at least
Yeah,
6
and I was like,
times.
let me give it a shot, and I like killed that shit. I killed
Yeah.
like a couple of people. I killed a fucking werewolf, and then I made it onto the helicopter, which is how you win.
Yeah.
And we were like screaming. It was a great recording. we
Really
were
good.
having so much
A good
fun.
time.
We finished it. We like high fived. We were like, that was a good recording. We go to get the recording, and it's not there. It's just not there at all anywhere. Didn't record at all. So that was the first time. Then we
and that
recorded.
it hurt. It really hurt my soul.
yeah,
I
wanted to cry.
I was like genuinely really.
So, and I think
upset.
it was the same day that we recorded that Outlast episode, right?
Yeah, and it was
Because we wanted to change it up a little bit,
yeah.
do another video, but then continue Outlast.
And Outlast was doing okay.
Yeah.
You know, the demographic definitely dipped around episode 3.
yeah, for sure.
But we recorded a really important part of Outlast, like a
Very crucial story part. It was a funny
it's so
episode
funny,
too.
Fuck,
We
dude.
were on top of
on
our
it.
game that day.
And didn't record that one either.
It recorded 5 minutes of it.
That's right. That's right.
It just
it just
stopped. It
stopped?
just stopped. It was supposed to record an hour, and it just stopped recording.
I didn't know that. I thought that it was just like not doing anything.
no, it would
That-
record a few minutes of it and just quit.
No, what it was it recorded the first few minutes and then the few last.
The last
minutes.
few minutes.
But
That
the
doesn't even make
entire
sense.
Yeah, but it was like
middle
it was like
50
it was like yeah,
It was
a
like
huge
5 in the
chunk of
beginning,
it.
5 at the end, and that was it. So that video was just botched. All of that audio was useless. And then
We did manage to get a recording of Resident Evil.
yeah, that one came
amidst
out. Mm-hmm.
all of this. But we hadn't gotten the new sound system yet,
Mm-hmm.
which you're hearing now, which sounds a lot better. The old one had it just it just wasn't as good. That's all it was. And so the audio in that one sounds
When we
bad.
started, we were all huddling around one
one
cheap
one extremely expensive microphone that we didn't own,
right.
and we lost access to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then these mics with a really cheap interface, and now we have separate mics and a
With
really expensive interface.
Very expensive interface.
So it's great. I love it.
So we should sound better. Hopefully it's like notable. But yeah, and then I think we tried to record like another Outlast that like got fucked or something. Or no,
Yeah.
it was
no. There's
oh, it was because we recorded 2 episodes worth.
Two
Is what it
episodes
was.
worth,
we
yeah,
we
correct.
recorded a long session,
it
and
was a
that
really
whole
long
thing
session.
got botched.
It was, and you know what? Like, and we will go back.
Yeah,
Go back and do
We're
it.
gonna go back. We just needed a break from that, and also
Definitely.
it's hard to put out video content when all the videos get botched. So
Yeah,
once that
it's
capture
really-
card
it's-
comes in,
mhm.
which should be
Like this
very
week,
soon this week,
honestly.
it's already shipped. It's supposed to be here like in a few days.
Yeah.
We'll start getting gaming stuff back out because we want to do it.
Yeah.
Because the other day,
Hold on. Before we, because I also want to get into like our upcoming schedule for what we have planned to play, which is definitely, it could definitely change. We recorded a session. I'm not gonna say what game it is. Just because.
okay,
But the session was, I think, the best session we recorded. I've moved into a new place. It's better atmosphere.
you don't want to say what game it was?
I don't.
Why?
Because I'd like to do another one.
Yeah,
I'd like to do another one, but
Is it a secret?
I think what we're putting into that project could be a really cool thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really excited about it. I just want it to drop.
Yeah,
I just want it to drop, and people be like, "Oh, holy shit, what is this?"
yeah.
So we have a really big project coming up. It's already started.
Mm-hmm.
We're really excited about it. But
Don't
what
know
happened?
exactly when it'll be ready. But
Yeah, we don't have an exact time frame. We're looking at least maximum 3 months.
Yeah.
Max. So it's almost September. That'd be like a December, a holiday release for that. That'd be funny.
Yes, Merry
but-
Christmas, y'all.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, fuckers. So I'm really excited about that one.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole thing came about because we recorded this game session and it was fire.
it was great. The audio was great, and it just did not record
The gameplay
any
was
of the
great,
gameplay.
too. Yeah.
The gameplay was great. It just didn't record it again. And so after that, we came up with this plan, which I'm not going to talk about, to kind of do something with that audio at least, so it's not completely lost. Because we were just tired of losing great
Well, and
audio.
that was just like that. It was the first time we had recorded in months, and it was just like, man, this feels good.
Yeah.
This feels right. I
right.
love doing this.
We were excited to put
It
it
made
out.
me happy to start working on
And
the channel
so
again.
we figured out a way to kind of recover it, sort of. And so we felt a little better, and I was like, okay, well, I still want to get a video out. We still want to get a video out. Let's just record like a Dead by Daylight session. Just,
Oh, yeah,
just
I
a
completely
quick,
forgot
just a
about
quick
this.
video to get it out. And it was funny. It was good. It was a good game. It ended in a nice way. Whatever. Just like a 30-minute recording, if
Really
even. We
short,
recorded like
really
20, something
short.
like that.
Yeah.
It didn't record that either.
We almost like knew in the back of
Uh-huh.
our minds it wasn't going to. So, I
So
wasn't even
we
upset.
finished and we checked and we were like, cool, that's not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, we can't record gameplay until we get a capture card.
So I just wanted to like fill everyone in on why there's been a shortage of games too. It's not because we've been slacking off. I mean, there was an abundance of like overworking lately and stuff with like personal
Yeah.
lives and everything, but that's not even really the reason, as much as the fact that like recording has just been a bit of an issue lately.
And-
But the capture card should fix that.
Yeah, and let me just be the first to say that, like, if at any point this channel takes off
Mm-hmm.
and does well, I will fully commit to this channel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If this is
100%.
something that I
This
could
is what
actually
love
live
doing.
off of,
I love doing this. That is,
Absolutely.
everybody and their mom seems like they're doing this, but I love doing this with you guys. Like,
Yeah, me too.
It makes me solely happy to just be able to have this hobby with my friends.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking for money at the end of the trail. But if there's money on this trail,
See, and I don't even
I'll
want
pick it up.
I don't want the money out of it for like, ooh, money. I want the money so
I'll
I
be
can
like,
just do this.
be happy with my life.
Well, not even that. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, that's my end goal, but I want the money from YouTube simply so I can just do
yeah,
this.
same. I
like,
can. We could wake up and just do this.
yeah, because I would love to just do this as my career.
Yeah,
but
me too.
It takes a while to get there.
I have a large bucket list on career things.
Yeah.
But also with this podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll get to see a really, really wonderful animation done by our channel artist, Sheep Ink.
Yeah.
Corey. He does a great job.
Is it still Sheep Ink on Instagram?
Yeah, I
Should-
just
I
checked.
believe so, yeah.
Just checked.
Cool. Yeah.
Sheep Ink also sometimes goes by Sheep Prince.
Yeah.
But Corey,
Yeah.
he's great.
He did our animation, thumbnails, all that stuff, and is helping with
just-
an upcoming
Corey,
project.
if you're listening to this, you're amazing.
Yeah, we're planning on doing like a Dark Souls video, like probably sometime soon. We love Dark Souls, like me and Sam. It's one of our favorite like
I
game
do
series.
too.
Yeah, Caitlin actually really likes
I
Dark Souls
really
too.
enjoy Dark Souls.
You're not great at it, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
She-
great at
Oh,
it.
it's fun to
enjoys it.
watch, so
Yeah.
you'll get to see that eventually.
yeah. But we want to put out some Dark Souls stuff, and we have like our thumbnail that you've seen from our YouTube videos, most likely for our gaming stuff. And we were like, hey, Corey, can you do like this armor and this armor on our like YouTube thumbnail? And Corey cranked that shit out in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was so fast, and it looks good.
Yeah, it looks
and
really good.
it was great. And obviously we paid him for it and everything, you know. But like that shit came so quick,
Yeah.
and it was so good. Like so.
But also, we have Corey on contract, so don't you dare roll up in his No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Corey, I want you to have an abundance of work and make a living off your art, 'cause it's amazing.
Really?
I love it. Everybody deserves to see that wonderful, wonderful pieces you do.
And if we ever do blow up,
We
we
will
will
fully
continue to
employ
plug
you.
you. Well, that too, but we will continue to like plug you on this channel.
Yeah.
Get you some.
I would
more
love to have
reach.
Corey on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be
Definitely.
awesome.
Talk about some of the process and stuff with that
Yeah.
art. I'd love to
Would
like
love
know
to.
more about how that works.
Oh, and we can do like a speed drawing in the background for the YouTubies.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Really cool.
Fun.
Yeah, Corey, please join us.
But, yeah, so gaming stuff has been hard, but it's about to get
Yeah,
better,
and we
for sure.
have a list of things that we want to do with gaming.
Mhm.
I know Dark Souls is probably the most fresh. Still some Resident Evil,
Mm-hmm.
because we even still have some footage of Resident Evil. We just don't have enough to put out
Yeah.
another episode.
And we want to finish Outlast.
Yeah, I do,
wanna-
because I'm honestly I just want to get through Outlast 1 so I can do Outlast 2,
Yeah. Same.
because I have never played Outlast 2. I've been saving that for like years of my life.
Yeah.
And then Dying Light.
Dying Light.
Dying Light's-
And there's a DLC
Dying
coming out for
DLC,
Dying Light. Those of
yeah.
you that don't know, Sam and I are huge D&D and like fantasy nerds.
Fantasy nerds.
And there's a DLC coming out for Dying Light, I think next month.
Yeah,
It's called
super
Hellraid,
close.
and you use like swords and shit to fight like skeletons and like shit like that.
love
But
it.
it's
I'm
like
so
Dying
excited.
Light with parkour
Yeah.
and shit like that. I'm so excited.
I'm really,
for
really
That sounds
excited.
so sexy.
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna play it on the
Oh, yeah.
channel. And Dying Light is 4-player co-op, so like
Get
if
in
we
there.
can borrow a PlayStation from somebody, you can play with us.
There's
It's
also,
hard though.
Yeah, I'm
It's a hard
trying.
game.
To
I'll just watch
see, I'm trying to see if it's in budget, but I love me some Star Wars piloting stuff.
Yeah.
And Squadrons comes out
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
soon, but Squadrons is VR compatible.
Uh huh.
I'm trying
Oh.
to see if a VR headset.
Dude,
is in
if we could
budget,
get a VR
and then
headset.
record it. I have an X-wing pilot.
Oh, and
suit.
we can play what's it called? Blade and Sorcery.
Yeah.
That, like sword fighting sim.
Yeah.
I want to play that.
So we're gonna
bad.
try to see if that's in budget. If we get production rolling more seriously,
Mhm.
and once we hit about 100, 200 subs, we will actually consider doing a Patreon,
Yeah.
seeing what kind of content we can put out.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a lot of things we want to do, but right now I just want to kind of tackle some of the schedulings that we've kind of briefly mentioned. So horror games still happening, co-op games happening.
I'm gonna try to get Caitlin and some of the gaming
Yeah.
stuff here and there.
We have an Anthony and Caitlin Limbo playthrough.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Um,
At some point, you still need to do what's that
Pokemon
Pokemon
Nuzlocke challenge.
There you go, Nuzlocke. Yeah.
I've never done one, and I'm not a hardcore Pokemon player. I love Pokemon. I've played a lot of them, but I've always casually played them.
Yeah.
So we'll fucking see what happens.
I don't know shit about Pokemon games.
I would still
honestly.
like to.
I'm
have you
excited to
with
see
me
it though.
when I do it.
I'll like guest appear on like one of the episodes or
When I do
something.
a gym battle.
Yeah.
Hit me up. It's
I'll
just-
play the gym leader
yeah.
that you fight.
So that's exciting. I'm really excited for all of that. And then eventually down the road, some streaming and some live action once we kind of get off the ground.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, so as far as live action goes, now that you mentioned that, one of the first things that I feel like we'll probably do with live action is that app. What's it called again?
Oh, I've got it on my phone. Hold on, let me open it.
I saw the face you were making. Were you thinking like,
I
Emo
was thinking you-
geocaching.
I thought you were going to talk about the other thing.
oh, the OnlyFans? Yeah, Sam and I are gonna have an OnlyFans. Just us, no Caitlin.
Those,
What other thing?
the Comic-Con video. We don't have to get too into it.
It's gotta be.
Yeah,
that's
that's
gotta be
gotta be
a
it.
surprise.
It's called. Oh shit! I don't know how to. Rando Noctria?
Something.
It's just
like that.
rando nodding.
Rando nodding.
Yeah.
No, it's got an ICA at the end.
Well, yeah, but
Well,
like that's what you call it.
That's what people are calling it.
As- if you
sorry, my
go
dumb
and
ass.
use the app, you
Yeah.
go rando nodding.
Yeah.
That's what the boys and girls are calling it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, so I read the story a few months ago and I was keeping it, strapped in the night shift idea book.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then it blew up in our group chat, and I was like, shit. I was hoping Anthony and Caitlin hadn't heard of it, because I was gonna be like, on this episode of the night shift, and of
I
course-
have a TikTok. I'm gonna see that shit.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. But I'm sure everybody knows the story right now. But if not, Caitlin, brief it for us, because it's
The one with
The
the
suitcase.
suitcase? Okay. Yeah, so these kids downloaded this app, and basically it gives you random coordinates, and you are supposed to, like, while it's generating the coordinates, you're supposed to like put your intention into it. And I don't know what their intention was, but the coordinates that they got sent them to like this river, and they like were climbing down inside of it, and they found a suitcase. And they were like, this shit stinks. Like, it's awful. They were like poking it with a stick. They unzipped it, and there's a black bag inside of it. They didn't open the bag. They were just like, this smells horrific. And so they called the police. The police didn't show up for like several hours. Surprise. And
They were like, hey, I'm pretty sure we found a dead body. And they were like,
yeah, I mean, it's on the agenda, I guess.
what is it, like 2? I'm on my lunch. All right. Yeah, we'll get around to it, I guess.
yeah, exactly. So they show up and like send the kids home, and the next day there's a news story that's human remains found in a suitcase.
I love that they
on
didn't
this
wanna,
river.
like, ask them anything or like,
Right,
like
like-
they were just like, all right, you guys get out of here. Like,
I didn't like look too much into it
Yeah.
because like
I mean,
that
that's
shit's
mostly what there
weird,
is to
but-
the story from
Yeah.
what I heard.
yeah.
So I have it on my phone.
What, the app?
Yeah, I've had
Oh,
the
yeah.
app. I was like, I'm gonna download the shit before it gets taken off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But I would love to go find some like cool spooky things, but also maybe not spooky because that shit is scary.
Hit me
Well-
with that spooky.
And if we do go and do it, we might have a couple extra friends with us too.
Yeah,
that
some group. some
either
group page.
we will make sure to leave like
'Cause,
out of the
like-
video, or maybe they'll
Yeah,
guest
I don't,
appear if
I don't
they
know if
want
you guys
to.
have met us, but me and Anthony are pretty small, and Caitlin's buff as fuck, but like
Yeah.
Caitlin can only
She-
protect us so much.
Yeah, exactly. We need some muscle other than Caitlin and her massive forearms. And it's not like her entire arms, it's just the forearms.
Just
Yeah.
the forearms.
She's like Popeye. She's built like Popeye.
Yeah,
and it's
I mean,
Fucking
really
love spinach.
terrifying.
Honestly, that's just from watering plants.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I overwater my plants. That's why none of them survive.
Hey, you're doing pretty good with the one you got going right now,
Oh,
right?
thank you.
He's doing pretty good,
He
right?
is. He
What's his
has
name?
like 4 new leaves.
Does
He had a name and I forgot what it was. I think it was like Edgar or something.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah, I think so.
love it.
That's cute.
Yeah, because I just like
Edgar.
My plant's name changes every
I
time.
was
see
gonna
him.
oh I was gonna refer to him one day and I was like, Edgar is doing this, or like Edgar has some new leaves, and I was like, wait, did I just name him?
He told you his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call my plant something different every time I see him.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll want to try that at some point. And I don't know. Any other ideas for live action that we want to discuss, or do you want to just kind of leave those?
I'd like to leave it.
Let's just leave those on the back burner.
You know,
We've got
it's,
some good
it's
ones.
still a good chunk of time away before we can get to that.
And a lot of those aren't going to be spooky things.
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah. So we're not inherently a spooky channel. So channel update real quick.
Yeah.
We just didn't have time. I mean, really, that's what we were slammed with our jobs.
Oh yeah, as far as not recording. and
Yeah,
stuff.
and,
I mean, we were definitely like studio upgrading.
Definitely, yeah.
We got 3 mics that we had nothing essentially. We had Sam's laptop. We had a converter that wasn't even really yours. We had a microphone that wasn't really ours. Like we had essentially
Yeah, we really
nothing.
didn't have anything.
Now we have our own
Yeah,
computer, 3 mics of our own. We have an interface, like a whole
Yeah.
massive Focusrite that we have.
capture card.
Capture card.
Everything on the channel is licensed. I bought copyrights
Mm-hmm.
for everything.
We've got an artist now that does like thumbnails and animations for us.
Yeah.
Like we did go through a significant upgrade. So
Definitely.
when we disappeared for a minute and took our hiatus and said that we would be back with upgrades, we did keep our promise on
This
that
is true.
for sure.
This is true.
But yeah, it was a lot of
we
work. A lot of
also
stuff
went
like
through a
that.
little bit of rebranding, so
Yeah.
we're not. I would get a lot of messages of I can't find your channel,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because like some fucking like television channel.
There's
made
a show called The Night Shift,
It's like
and
a
then
hospital
there's
show. It has 1 star on everything.
well, and there's a podcast though called The Night Shift Podcast where they discuss the show. Did you know that? Have you seen that?
yeah, I have.
Yeah, if you search the Night
Yeah,
Night Shift
so-
Podcast on Facebook, that's
So
what comes up.
thank you, fucking NBC or whoever the fuck you are, for bombing it.
Yeah.
Because now I'm gonna take this and we're gonna fucking redo it. So we are called the Night Shift Variety Show because we're a variety show. We're
Right.
gonna tackle a lot of things.
Not just a podcast anymore. We
Yeah.
do games and stuff like
we
that.
do games. We're gonna do live action. Me and Anthony really love writing.
Yeah.
A lot of things, and we are 3 alt gothy kids. So we love that spooky shit.
Yeah, of course.
So we gonna hit that spooky shit, but
Absolutely.
I mean not all the fucking
So
time.
those of you that are here specifically because you love the spooky, like, true crime-esque stuff, to be fair, I will say that if you're the kind of person that likes to sit down and listen to an hour worth of somebody specifically talking about like events that happen,
Yeah.
how they happen, why they happen, and just talking about that,
There's better ones.
exactly, we were doing that, and that wasn't our strong suit. We were enjoying it, but it didn't feel right or natural.
I mean, and it was draining.
It
And,
was. It
you
was a
know,
lot of work.
I'll be the first to say this is a really rare thing, but I have depression.
Yeah, same.
What?
And some,
I thought I was the only one.
No. So forcing myself to be something I'm not is not fun.
we're more casual than that. And so we will talk about stuff like that because we have a genuine interest in that. We
Yeah.
didn't decide to make a spooky horror informational podcast because we wanted to be cool or something. It was because we like that stuff and we wanted to talk about it. However, it became too information focused and
Yeah.
too research focused and stuff like that. And it just wasn't fun anymore. And we realized that, Sam and I have like podcasts that we listen to and like content that we consume and content that we want to create. And we weren't making that content. So we decided to try some video game stuff and just do what we wanted to do as
Yeah.
far as that goes. And we just recorded. We didn't try to follow like
Yeah,
an outline or anything. We just recorded and we had fun. And it was good. Like, I think our
It's
new
not
content is
draining
enjoyable.
mentally for me.
I feel good after we
Yeah.
record.
Um,
I don't feel
and,
tired
and the
afterwards.
biggest reason I want to do a channel, besides my childhood dreams of it, is
Mm-hmm.
whenever I got in my first experience with a Let's Player. I don't make this a secret. It is not a secret. You can look at our channel and you can see the influences on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna publicly say I'm a fan of Game Grumps and
Yeah.
Super Mega. Those are my inspiration. Those guys do a lot for me. I think Aaron Hansen is like a pioneer of like Let's Playing, and as a
Yeah.
character, as a person, he's done a lot.
Right.
He's my role model because I also like to write. I want to voice act. I want to make a show. I want to do Let's Play. Those are the things that I want to do in my career life. So, that's the kind of channel I want to make. And my first experience with them was I was depressed out of my mind. I was laying in bed for weeks, and I just come across Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and I watch a 4-hour compilation of 2 dudes playing a video game.
Yeah.
And over time, I think of those people as like my friends.
Yeah.
I feel like I know them personally
Because they're just being themselves.
they're
and
just
having
themselves
fun.
having fun.
Right.
And I thought, well, fuck. If I can just have fun with my best friend,
Right.
and some other kid going through something can watch my content and say, hey, these guys are kind of like my friends, and they make me smile, and they
Yeah.
get me through a rough day. That's all I want to fucking
That
do.
sounds great.
That's all I want to do.
Whereas the content we were recording, I just didn't feel like we were doing that. We weren't just being ourselves.
It was very
felt,
disconnected.
Yeah, it felt a
Yeah,
little forced
definitely.
and whatever. It just wasn't right for us. And so we'll still touch on that kind of stuff, absolutely. But also, Sam and I really like nerdy shit. We like
Definitely.
superheroes and we like movies, and we're big D&D nerds, and we have a lot of crazy shit that just happens in our lives that we like to talk about, which you can tell.
forgot that happened.
Yeah, you can tell that story. Don't worry. But I just want to make sure that we like kind of get that out there. That like
Yeah.
the format is about to change a decent bit. It's still us. We're still gonna be the night shift.
And I,
It's still
and I
gonna be
really
spooky
hope
shit.
I really hope you guys tuning in or listen to us. I just hope that you guys kind of just like hanging out with us.
Yeah, 'cause
And
that's what we're gonna be
that's
doing
really
now.
all I want. Just come vibe with us.
Because I do want to kind of describe how some of the process was a little bit, just to explain why it was less fun. Right now, what we kind of did today was we sat down and we started talking. When we play games, we sit down and we turn on the game and we start recording, and we
make each
just
other laugh.
make each other laugh. That's
That's
it. Before those first like 3 episodes we put out of the podcast were the clown one. We don't give a fuck about
fuck
clowns.
clowns.
Literally none of us like clowns, but clowns were relevant at that time. We wanted to get a little bit of traction, so we were like, let's talk about clowns. So we spent like 2 hours just collectively together researching clowns and watching videos and just taking notes and studying basically. And then we made an outline of like stuff to talk about. And then we sat down and recorded it, and it felt really forced, and it was a little weird. Then we did our 806 horror stories, which I think was
The only episode that I'm proud to say I've recorded.
yeah, I enjoyed recording that one because we mostly just talked about personal stuff.
Yeah.
And that was fun, but we were still kind of following a formula that didn't really like feel right. And then we did our Halloween episode, right? Which for that was probably the hardest one to prep for because we watched so many movies.
God.
We watched Frankenstein,
So
we watched
many.
Dracula, we watched Wolfman, we watched Night of the Living Dead, and Creature from the Black Lagoon, all like in one sitting because we wanted to get it out as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And it was miserable. And then we had to talk about these movies, and really we didn't even like them that much. We were kind of like,
But shout out to our friend Emily.
I will say
nice to
that
have you on the
that
show.
episode was fun to make simply because it
had
was
a
a little
guest.
more organic because we had a guest, and it was nice to have a different
and
person
and
there
we still
too.
I still have like 4 to 6 people that want to guest on.
Yeah, and I'm super down for it.
Yeah.
But before, I don't know how well that would have worked.
No,
you know?
definitely. We didn't have individual mics. We didn't have a good place to record. We
Yeah.
didn't have the right software. Like
But now it's
I would
a
have been
little more
embarrassed
viable.
to have somebody there.
Absolutely.
Also, the reason if you want to make a podcast and you don't have anything but a smartphone and GarageBand, do it. Just
Yeah.
you'll see these other creators that have a studio and all this nice equipment.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen unless you just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
That's
if
what
it
we
makes
did.
if it makes you happy, just do it.
Yeah.
Like it's fine.
It's okay if it's kind of shitty.
If no one listens to this, I'm gonna get my ass up and record again next week.
Same. Yeah.
That's it.
Because
That's all there
I'm
is to
enjoying
it.
doing it. But
Yeah.
before, I wasn't really enjoying it that much. Like, it was fun to have a project that we all did together, but I wasn't excited to do it most of the time.
Yeah.
It felt kind of like work.
It felt like
it was
work.
draining.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel that way now.
No.
This is a lot more organic, and I'm excited to go forward like this. I know we might lose some viewers this way.
But we also
and
might gain a lot.
we might gain some too. And I have nothing but respect for the people that helped us boost this initially
Yeah,
and
thank
that
you guys.
did listen to our initial episodes. But to be fair, if you want the type of podcast we were trying to do before, there are so many out there that
There's
do
a
it better.
lot, a lot out there.
Um,
That's like I
That's
remember.
just not our strength.
Yeah, I remember watching a show and their diss was like, "Oh yeah, are you a college graduate who does like true crime podcast in their room?" And I was like, "Oh holy shit, is this the new Shade?" Like,
Yeah. I mean, that was us.
yeah, definitely.
That's not going to be it anymore. So hopefully you like what we're doing now, and hopefully you enjoy it. I mean, if you were an original fan, maybe stick around for a little bit and just see if you like what we do.
Yeah,
because
we're gonna grow as a channel
yeah,
for sure.
there is still, like I said, I want to emphasize this. I know I said it a lot. We're still going to talk about spooky shit. We're still going to cover horror movies, and we're still going to try out this new spooky app that is,
Eventually.
you know, whatever. Like we're still going to focus on that kind of stuff. We're just not going to be like, on this episode we're talking about
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And in 1979, so and so, like fuck that.
I did have
Straight
an
up
Uber.
fuck that.
I had an Uber the other day. We drove past that building with all the murders in it, and he was like, "Did you know the story behind this building?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually."
Yeah.
I did." And he's like, "Wait, really?" I was like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah. So yeah, that's just kind of your update on that. But I want you to tell your crackhead story. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I've had so many people ask, and I was like, "On the podcast," and they're like, "The what?" And I was like, "The thing that I will do eventually."
Let's hear about this. I've never heard this story before.
Wait, I haven't told you like it all yet.
No. You've told me like twice. I'm being sarcastic.
Okay, I was like, "Oh shit, I haven't told you."
Well, you haven't told me twice, but I've heard it like 2 or 3 times because I've heard you tell other
I have
people.
to tell. Yeah. So I recently moved into a nice place for myself, just myself. I usually have other people. But
Oh yeah, I do want to add the place that we were recording in for a minute there, like games and stuff, sucked.
so bad.
And so not only were we depressed and having a hard time putting out
But-
content, But that place was depressing. I'm
worst.
pretty sure it was hella haunted.
I have stories on that one.
Which we can talk
Eventually,
about that
man.
at some point. We can do
Also,
another
whatever
personal
just
horror
happened to my
stories.
living room today, which could have just been thin walls, but like,
Who knows? But yeah, that place was awful, and so the energy was just so draining. Sam's new place that we're recording in now
It's really nice.
So nice.
Really, really nice.
And not just like, oh, it's a nicer place as far as like visually or whatever. Like the energy here is completely different.
Yeah.
Like it is.
I mean,
very
and
nice.
and also we've been at this place a million times. We used to play D&D here with some friends a long time ago. So it's got a little bit of love in it too.
I mean, wouldn't you say that this is definitely like a
my
more
God.
comfortable environment? Like
Yes, absolutely. It's so much nicer. Like, I think I could actually speak here.
yeah. But anyways,
So
Now-
anyway, so I started.
now a crackhead story.
I think Sam Livingston versus crackheads. Crackhead
In this court.
singular.
Fight!
So I went to the more ghetto Walmart
Yeah.
of my town. And I was just gonna grab a few things, like literally some cat litter and like a vacuum and like
A Glock.
yeah, your regular things.
Yeah.
And,
Regular Texas Walmart trip.
I was being followed the whole time I was there, and I was taking my sweet time. And it was some dude, he was like a little taller than me, let's say like 5'9" or so. He had the big jacket and like a beanie on, and he didn't look great. He rammed his cart into my leg, like the backside of me, very intensely once, but I thought it was an accident. So I kind of looked at him, and I just like gave him like the what the fuck eyes, and then just kind of like sped off and continued shopping. And I noticed he was like following me for an extended amount of time, and I was getting kind of annoyed. It was a heavily populated Walmart, by the way, so I wasn't like, am I gonna get mugged? But I was just like, dude, like, it felt like in high school when someone's harassing you, like bullying you. It was like that. I was like, dude,
It
can you
feels
just...
like existing as a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, can you fuck off? And so he kept ramming his cart into me, and I had headphones in, so he'd been yelling, but I thought he was just on something, which, by the way, he was.
Yeah.
Meth. And
Oh yeah, he was a
yeah,
meth,
meth
head, not a
head.
crackhead. That's why
And-
he lost. If it was crack, he
Lost?
would have won. He lost.
What do you mean lost?
He lost that fight.
No,
I'll let you finish it.
Okay.
I mean the
Hold on,
meth,
hold on, hold
the
on.
meth head lost, not you.
Oh, I thought you were saying me. I lost.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
what the fuck
you
are
won
talking
that
about?
shit.
So anyway, so we, spoiler. So he's following me and he's yelling, and eventually I get a phone call and I hang up after the phone call because it was a work phone call. It's after hours, so I was like, whatever. And I realized this dude's yelling at me, and he's yelling racial slurs at me, which I'm white, so really racial slurs don't. Cracker and shit and white boy and shit like that doesn't bother me. Go ahead, you know, because like there are worse things out there. Hit me with it, man. I'm a fucking like I'm a white guy. Hit me, right? But
You fucking jar of mayonnaise.
yeah. So I kind of like look at him and I go, "Hey, man, can you fucking go somewhere else?" And he was like, "Oh, you gonna talk shit to me? You gonna talk shit to me, white boy? Okay, I see how it is." And I was just like, "Oh, dude, come on." And at this point, I'm like in the bathroom section.
Yeah.
But there's like a bathroom section, and then there's a nicer bathroom section where it's like a $10 increase and stuff, and it's got all your glass stuff. And I'm kind of going through trying to get something to put my
Got like
fucking
better lighting and everything. There's
Yeah.
like music playing. It's just this one aisle.
some fucking dead smell in the background. And I'm like trying to fucking get something to put a toothbrush in, and I just hear this, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I look, and this guy starts throwing shit at me. I was like, what the fuck? And he's got like a handful of shit throwing it at me. And I'm like having to like fucking dodge and get behind my cart. I'm like, what the fuck? And he rams his cart into mine. And so the carts are out of the way. There's nothing to cover behind anymore. And I go, oh, okay, I'm now in a fight. And so I just like full head forward run and tackle him. And I hit him against a shelf. But the shelf is like, has all the glass stuff on it. And like the pegs fell off. And so like $80 worth of stuff fell and broke and shattered all over the floor. And security came and people were like recording and yelling and
They recorded it.
yeah, somewhere out there.
Ah, damn.
Somewhere out there.
We gotta find that.
Yeah, we
footage.
have
I'm
to
not
find it.
looking for it. And the security pulls us apart, and I was a little angry at this point, and so I made the dumbass mistake of swinging one more time after they pulled us apart. And so they take us to the small room there's like some cameras and like all the footage where you can see all of Walmart, and they have like the pictures of people stealing and stuff, and they set us down and they put a flashlight to this guy's eye and they're like, yeah, we're fucking booking you, you're out of here, like he's on something. And they take him, they get his information and take him. I'm sitting in there for like 25 minutes by myself. I tried to stand up at one point and they were like, no, sit down, and I tried to get on my phone and they were like, put your phone up, and I was like, oh shit. They take my driver's license, information about myself, they pull up a record, they're like, yeah, you haven't been in trouble for anything. And I'm like, cool, so this is good, I can leave, let me buy my things. And the police officer comes in, he's like, all right, stand up. And I was like, cool, I'm about to get dismissed. And he's like, cool, turn around. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, turn around. And he grabs my
Gives you a
shoulders,
nice little
turns me around.
right on the ass.
He's like, yeah, put your hands behind your back. And at this point, I'm like, oh my fucking God. And I wasn't, what baffles me is that I wasn't scared. And I wasn't like, no, please. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Was my reaction. And he puts cuffs on me, and then they sit me down, and he writes me a citation. And he was like, I have to write you a citation for like assault and like all this shit, and we can see if he wants to put charges on you, but since you swung afterwards, it's no longer considered self-defense. And yeah, and so it's like this whole thing. And they put my mask back on me because you know, virus. And I step out of this Walmart, and as soon as I step out of this like one room, a little old couple walks in front of me, and I recognize that old couple as being one of my childhood best friend's parents, who are very close with my mom.
No.
I was just like, no. I realized I'm wearing a mask, and they didn't recognize me at all
good.
because of my work uniform. And I was like, hell yeah. So he takes me to the cop car, and he was like, yeah, I get it, man. Like, I'm going to write this down. Like, I'm going to take the cuffs off you. I'm not taking you to jail. Like, you just need to go to court and get this settled. $385 was the ticket.
For one swing.
For one
basically.
swing. Yeah. I had to take a class, too. So, yeah. That shit sucked.
But you took down a crackhead.
But I did tackle a crackhead.
That adds 10 years to your life. Every crackhead you
Sweet.
take down.
It's like a level up.
Yeah. You got stronger.
Yeah.
You
So
got
that was
XP from
that
that
was
one. That's like
fucking-
taking down a boss.
Yeah. But now cops kind of terrify me. I have like an X
Welcome
amount
to
of
the
time.
club, baby.
I have like an X amount of time where if I get in another fight, it's just like jail.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, great.
Fun.
Yeah. So anytime I get in a fight, I'm just going to call an assist. Just like summon a friend.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah. Caitlin rolls in with those huge biceps.
You try to summon
yeah.
like Seb or something. Caitlyn. shows up.
Caitlin.
And you're like,
Ah.
okay.
I could take him.
Yeah.
I don't know who
Another
it
meth
is.
head.
But yeah.
That's it's like a survival game, and I just have to fight waves of meth heads.
I could do it.
How many do you think you could take of him
Of
specifically?
him?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't put up much of a fight, so because he didn't really swing.
Yeah.
He just kind of shoved my face aggressively and pulled some hair.
He felt like okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why it's like not really that much of like a cool story. It's just
I
like,
mean,
holy shit, this
it's
actually happened.
incredible though that it happened.
I live in a sitcom, dude.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
There's always some shit like that. So yeah, we can talk about shit like this. We can talk about
Yeah.
whatever we want, and
Nobody can stop us.
yeah, hopefully that's like a good thing going forward. I know that if I'm being completely honest, we might lose a couple of you guys
We might
in
lose
this process.
three people
But
because we have probably 7.
the last podcast we tried to put out, I do want to briefly touch on
yeah,
this.
yeah.
We were gonna do a series about cryptids, like Mothman, Bigfoot, and like Jersey Devil and shit like that, because we're very interested in a lot of cryptids and stuff like that, and it sounded like a fun series. So we were gonna start with Mothman because Mothman was the one that we were all kind of most excited by. So we did a bunch of research on Mothman, like I kind of explained before how we used to do.
And came to the conclusion that
Mothman's
Mothman
kind of lame.
It's kind of fucking lame as shit, dog.
It's not that cool.
Sorry, Emily.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's,
I'm sorry to all you Mothman
I'm sorry to
fans out
everybody.
there.
He was my favorite too, but look.
Okay, aesthetically,
Yeah.
Mothman's cool as fuck.
Oh
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
like,
Definitely.
His big old fucking red eyes and all that. Like
Yeah.
Mothman's cool, but
Mothman
also
fucks.
he's probably just a bird.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
it's probably
Definitely.
just a bird, and like a lot of people just
And not even
overhyping
like
something.
not even as like a skeptic. Like he's probably just a bird, but like all the photos they have of Mothman, straight up, like they have taken the parts that are seen with light, and you can match it to like a leg of a bird.
Mm-hmm.
One was like a flamingo type bird, and the
Yeah.
other one was like a big owl.
We
And that
watched-
owl's fucking huge.
We watched a
too.
lot of shit on it, and
Yeah.
like that's the legitimate conclusion we came to. And maybe we're
Watched.
wrong. I mean, but
I mean, it's true. There could be a giant fucking Mothman.
I mean, yeah, you never know. But also, we tried to keep with our theme and
a movie.
talk about a movie. So we got a movie called The Mothman Prophecy.
Which I
Oh.
owned and had never seen before.
Holy shit.
So for those of you who haven't seen The Mothman Prophecies, it's really bad.
what? No, dude, it was a cinematic masterpiece.
It was shot
It was the worst.
in
it was one
the
of
most
worst things.
insane way I've ever seen.
We put the movie at 2 times speed.
Yeah,
we
we
watched-
had to.
We literally watched the movie at 2 times speed and could not get through it.
Yeah, we still didn't finish it.
It was so bad. We tried to watch it and we just couldn't. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And Mothman really wasn't even fucking in it.
He really wasn't. It was like some flash shots every once in a while, like maybe every 30 minutes. Otherwise, it was a bad love story.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, really, really bad.
And really, we were just like, man, this is going to be our episode. And we were so unexcited about it. And just like, and that's when we were like, we kind of just didn't record it for a minute because we were all kind of just sitting here like not wanting to.
Yeah.
But not really saying it. And then we had the discussion of, do we really want to be like doing this? And we were all like, yeah, we do, but this isn't feeling right. And so then
Yeah.
we talked about how we needed studio upgrades and we needed stuff like that. So we decided to take a break. We decided to wait till we got some upgrades, and we decided to think about the kind of content we wanted to make. And that
and this is
led
the
us
kind
here.
of content we want to make.
Yeah, so we are here now, and in the future it won't be so like. Again, I feel like this is kind of informational, but I'm just trying to make
Yeah,
sure that it
I'm
really
gonna
gets it out there.
Yeah,
that,
this will be a smaller one compared to the most of the time our podcast can run about an hour.
Yeah.
And then our Let's Plays 25 to 30.
Mhm.
We will do a stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, some series, some one-offs.
But yeah, I think that covers a lot of the changes that we want to make. But yeah, Mothman's kind of lame, so don't expect a cryptid series. Sorry. Sorry about
We'll
that.
do cryptic stuff, just not,
Yeah.
not a series on a
Exactly,
GG
and
night.
Maybe like squish it all into one episode.
Yeah, there you go. That would
Yeah,
be
talk
fun.
about
I have
our
a great
favorites.
idea about what we'll do for one, but
Uh-huh.
I'll do it off camera.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
fine.
talk
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so sorry to all of you that were really into what we were doing, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little different, but not like complete drastic like 180 or anything. Just not as rigid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little more casual.
Yeah. And I also think there's one more update that I should probably mention. Don't expect to see me in hear me in every episode anymore. I just like have some other things going on that I want to focus on. And then also I want to focus more on like the behind the scenes stuff for the night shift, like social media, like art stuff, like networking, things like that. Talking isn't my strong suit, as you have probably noticed, considering this has mostly been Sam and Anthony talking back and forth. But I'm still going to be here. I'm still behind the scenes. Like, if you want to see me, just let me know. But, yeah.
Does this mean you and Anthony are breaking up?
Yeah.
It's my time.
Wait, we
Anthony?
are?
Yeah, sorry.
Anthony?
I'm
I
sorry
have
you had to
something I
find
wanna
out this
ask
way.
you.
Okay.
Never mind.
Can you put your clothes back on?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. Hey, wait, do you remember that episode that like didn't get recorded that I really did strip through, and we recorded half the episode while I was naked?
Vaguely.
It was an Outlast episode.
Yeah.
And you like were playing.
Yeah.
And you got frustrated, and I was like, you know what? I'll be frustrated with you. And I just took
Yeah.
most of my clothes off.
Yeah,
I
that was
just
nice.
sat there.
Like
Oh.
legitimately. We're not like goofing. He really did. That was the one that got botched though. It was a
Yeah.
good session. But yeah, and it's not like you're gonna be gone like completely. It's not like from now on you just won't hear Caitlin anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we said, we're gonna do some gaming stuff in the future. We want to do a Dark Souls episode with you.
Yes.
I think you
Yeah.
should do a Limbo playthrough. I think that would be cool.
very
We've
That's
got
something you could-
we've got some good ideas.
Ooh, Bindi. I could do Bindi.
Could do Bindi. Yeah, she
That
loves
was my
Bindi.
favorite.
And also like podcasts too.
Yeah, for sure.
obviously, just
And I
maybe
feel
not
like-
every episode.
Yeah, I'll probably be here in the background, so I might even like hop
Yeah.
in on one that I'm not actually in every
Yeah,
once in a while
exactly.
too.
She
so-
still has office work to do.
yeah.
We still employ you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like a comfort thing, you know. Like
Yeah.
we're just gonna make sure that everybody's like where they want to be. Sam and I weren't super satisfied with the content that we were making as far as what we want to do with this, and so that's changing. And you want to take a little more of a backseat, so that'll change a little bit. And I think it's all going to be for the better. I know it sounds like a lot of changes, but like
It's
I
really
think
not.
going
We're
forward,
we're starting to be like, this is our channel. This is what we're doing.
Right.
Here's the direction.
Right.
The fog is clear.
and I think we just owe it to all of you to make sure you know the direction we're going instead of just doing it and not saying anything.
Right. Like, I feel like even if we didn't address it like completely head on, that y'all still would like really enjoy what we're putting out.
And see, that's the thing is, I think our content is still going to be good. I think
Yeah.
it's still gonna
I
be
mean, our
solid.
content
I think,
already is already it's improving.
Yeah,
so
it'll
much.
be
I think
better.
if you thought our content before was good, I think you're gonna like what we're doing now a lot more because
sitting at-
we were trying really hard.
we're sitting
before.
at like a good 40 something subs on YouTube and 400 something likes on Facebook.
Yeah.
Which, hey,
Speaking of
if
which,
you like us on Facebook, come fucking check out the actual channel.
seriously,
Yeah, that would be
please.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Maybe like actually listen to the podcast
Because we'd like to put merch out
yeah,
and live stream and all sorts of really cool things.
we want to live stream. We want to put out merch. We want to do more games. We want
If
to
you
do
guys want to fucking
regular
watch
podcasts.
me and Anthony play the Scott Pilgrim game in one night, you better fucking subscribe
one
to
night.
this channel.
We have a lot of like
One night
sitting
wonders.
games.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be the name.
No,
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't give a shit. Wow. So do you guys want to? You guys want to like? You want to record on me and Anthony make out?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's...